Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back if it's not your first time here. I pray you're all having a blessed day, a blessed night, or whatever it is for you. And today, I want to talk about the principle of forgiveness and the process of forgiveness. So, there are many times in a Christian's life, in a non Christian's life, whoever you are, where we feel like we may have been betrayed or something has not worked in the way we expected it to, and we allow that to hold bitterness in our hearts and resentment towards a certain scenario, situation, or person. God desires his people to freely forgive as we have been forgiven. And that is so serious in the eyes of God that he even says that if you do not forgive your neighbor, neither will you be forgiven. And obviously, that's not the case for a Christian, because a Christian, we've already been forgiven, we've already been redeemed. And the spirit inside of us will give us a desire to forgive because it's going to convict us where we are holding resentment or bitterness towards a situation. But there are a lot of people who are not saved who they are holding so much resentment and bitterness and pain in their heart that they can't accept the forgiveness and freedom that comes from God. And they can't receive it either, because God's not going to give it to them. In scripture, we are told not to avenge ourselves, but to let God do it. When we try to take things into our own hands, it shows a lack of trust towards God's justice. In Proverbs, I'm going to put it on the screen for you guys, it even says, "Don't rejoice when your enemy falls, because God will see that and he will remove his wrath from that person." When we are constantly looking for the stumble of the people who did us wrong. And granted, not everybody who does us wrong is our enemy. We all make mistakes. And sometimes the person who did us wrong, or if we do somebody wrong, they have to reap the consequences of our own error. And that's why we need to forgive, because it can also be used for reconciliation, although it is not always necessary and not always going to happen that way. But back to what I was saying, in Proverbs, it says, "Don't rejoice when your enemy falls, because God will see it and it will displease him and he will take his wrath away from him." God doesn't want us sitting there waiting and always worried about the justice, if this person's going to get what they deserve. If you're always worried about if someone is going to get the wrath of God or God gives them what they deserve, then you're kind of looking at it from a high-minded point of view. We're all dirty. We all need forgiveness. And that other person is just as equal to receive it as you are. Forgiveness is a way to let God do what he does and to let go. Because we can't be holding on, trying to look at the past, because we need to continue to focus on God and trust that what he has for us in the future is going to be good for us. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the state of our souls and the state of the souls of the people around us. A lot of people, they do wrong because of the things they are battling with, the things they are fighting. And we don't want to hold that against them. All we want to do is pray for them and hope that eventually they get through it. And if they aren't saved, hopefully they get saved. And when you look at it that way, because we were all once dirty, we still do dumb things to this day, it's easier to let go and forgive. Nobody is worthy of forgiveness. We weren't worthy of the forgiveness we've gotten from the Lord. So that same example that he put towards us, we got to put towards others and be able to do the same thing. So I pray this video blesses you guys. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.